you and Ross have had a pretty crazy run in terms of getting on records together. Obviously, he's on the new album as well. He was on Alfredo. He's on Ice Cream. Initially, you guys didn't have the greatest relationship. If we go back to like the 600 Benz days, and,
I just think we had no relationship.
or you guys didn't have any relationship, but at the time there was, the CTE. You were kind of like, I would say that like you didn't have a relationship, but I think maybe like fan perspective wise, it might not have been the craziest based on just the OG Jeezy Ross days when you were on CTE. But like talk about, because you and Ross obviously have like super locked in. Like, what are some things? I know he's one of the few guys you really respect. What are some things that like you guys have, been working on, and what are some things you've just learned from him? And like talk about just that chemistry, because you guys are, 3 for 3, 4 for 4.
Yeah, we do some good records together, and I appreciate Ross. We got things you ain't heard. I just feel like in his lane, he just one of the coldest. He one of the goats. So I always enjoy doing a record with him, and we always come out with magic. But what can't you learn from Rick Ross? He like a motivational speaker. You get up and tweet something, motivational every day. So from everything he do, from the small things, from the car selection, you got to admire that about him. So, and like I said, he one of the best to ever, get on the mic. And I think Ross really underrated on the mic. Really,
I always say, like, I have him in my like top 10 to 15 of all time range, and I think most people would like look at me crazy.
Definitely up there. I don't really know no orders, but
he's like,
he up there.
I think like one of the greatest flows ever. He's got a classic album. Teflon Don's a classic.
Definitely.
And he's probably got top 2 or 3 best ear for beats ever.
That too, yeah, definitely.
And like if you just think about like just like legacy wise, like MMG, man, shit, like that 2010, 2011, 2012, those self-made projects helping put Meek on.
Can't erase that. I got Rick Ross on my album just so I can get that Maybach music on there some kind of way. So if that came with a verse, that just came with a verse.
Yeah, that. Shout out to Ross. Yeah, I think
Ross, man.
Yeah, he's fire, and I feel like you guys trade bars on records together. It just sounds like damn. Like I know we always talk about like you doing joint albums. Obviously, you've done joint albums with producers, but like, would you do a joint album with someone like Ross?
Yeah, I definitely would. Definitely, yeah. It's like very few guys on the. It's a short list of guys that I would do that with. But yeah, Ross definitely one of those guys that I would do.
Pusha T.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would make that. If we could, man. Look, if we can make it, I'm down to do whatever. You know what I mean? As long as the politics and business and shit don't get in the way. That's what I hate about this rap shit. That's what make me be like, you know what? Fuck it. That's the type of shit that made me want to do an album with no features. That's the type of shit that made me just want to just go in there and rap and just do my own thing. Because I don't be liking when the business and shit.
Because you might talk to the artist or the producer like face to face and everything's all good, and then
Yeah. It only. Like I said, most of this shit on this album was organic, man. Like when you gotta like, when you gotta go through so many layers of people to like fuck with an artist, it ain't even worth it, man. That shit it take the feel from the record to me. It's like, fuck it, I don't even really want to do it.
Yeah.
If I can't text you, like shit whack.
Yeah.
No. So it's like, what's the point, nigga? Like, but it is what it is, man. Sometimes you gotta do things that's suitable for business.